I've been hankering for some CRPG as of late, and the last game we played, being an SRPG and all, was Baldur's Gate 3. So today, we will be trying Rogue Trader. Let's begin. Difficulty, let's do normal. I'm not gonna change anything here. Scenario, I think those are DLCs. Let's go with main story. And normal difficulty. We can either play with Hecata, a soldier, Darius, operative, or Bahardor, a warrior. We might have to make a custom character, I guess, because I would like to play a warrior myself. Damn, we get options! There's so many people to choose from! I don't think I'm gonna change the appearance too much. Or the tattoos. I think it comes... Yeah, I don't want to mess with that way too much. Bold female.
The Emperor gave me a victory.
Keep your wits about you.
Rend the flesh, shatter the spirit. Behold the wrath of madness.
I like this one. On Death Worlds, the plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself take aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human life. Whilst exceptionally difficult to colonize, many Death's World possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. Oh, we have to choose strength, toughness, agility. This is willpower and intelligence. Fellowship and agility. I have no idea what fellowship means. It's blank. It doesn't say. Forge World. Get this out of my way. Intelligence and toughness. Imperial World. Ready to serve. Battle. What are these talents? I'm looking at talents. Or Fortress World. I think we will go with Death World. Yeah. This is the build of a proper warrior. Feature. Oh god. A ballistic skill +5. Hold on. Commissar. What's the difference between this and this? Athletics and coercion. It's the same, isn't it? But we're getting regimental tactics with this one, and iconic sidearm at all costs with this. Characteristic modifiers, fellowship. I don't know what any of these things are. Brace for impact, toughness and perception +5. Something is wrong with the audio, by the way. It's freezing a little bit. I don't know. My computer doesn't seem to struggle with the game itself, so I don't know what's up with that. We'll see later. Sanctioned Psyker. Noble, Navy Officer. Ministorum Priest. Crime Lord. Oh my god, I don't know. I think I would go with the one with a perception. Is this the one? Perception +5? Yeah. Tech use +5. Commands +5. Feat of Greatness, Awareness +5. Under your command, the Void Ship braved the terrible warp storm without a single casualty among the crew. Your ship became the first to take a now reclaimed warp route to a cluster of humanity's lost worlds. Or you lure... I don't think I want tech use with this one. It's either commerce or awareness. I'll take awareness. You have journeyed through dark and forsaken systems, and the things you have seen have left a mark on your soul that will never heal. -5 logic. Once in the past, when the temptation of easy gains got the better of you, you resorted to piracy and were caught red-handed. Commerce -5. Or Shadow of Torment. Your ship was boarded by pirates and you barely survived, enduring many horrors during your time in captivity. Persuasion plus... sorry, -5. Okay, this is bad. All of them are bad. I guess I'll take logic. This is also blank, I don't know. I mean, logic makes sense to me. Commerce and persuasion, I think I want. At least when we start. You can only choose one of the first tier archetypes at this moment. Archetypes are development paths that your characters follow. Its archetype encapsulates a unique set of skills and expertise and represents a specific combat specialization. From the frontline warrior to the indispensable leader preferring to command from their rear. Choose who you want to be in the grim dark future of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. I think it's gonna be either warrior or officer. Assassin, Vanguard, Arc Militant, Vanguard, Master Tactician, or Grand Strategist. I'm torn between these two. I think I'm gonna go with Warrior. We get Charge and Endure. This one gets Bring It Down, Voice of Command, Finest Hour, and okay, Finest Hour. We get Daring Breach as ultimate abilities. Weapon skill, Strength, Toughness, Agility, Fellowship, Willpower, Toughness, Weapon. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Warrior. Weapon skill. Do I change something here? Whoa. Available points 30. I'll do Fellowship. What is Fellowship? Represents a character's ability to interact with other creatures to deceive, charm, or befriend them. I want more of that, please. As much as possible. It can go up to 35, no more. Willpower reflects a character's ability to withstand the horrors of the warp, the terrors of space, and the dreadful opponents they are bound to encounter in the Coronus Expanse. High willpower allows characters to exert control over a crowd or interrogate a heretic. It also increases the chances of resisting negative mental effects and psychic powers. Can we have more toughness or more strength? Let's do 40 strength, 40 toughness, perception 40, and willpower 35. And I have 4 more points, which I'll put it... I'm building a tank here, so let's do toughness at 45. Sword Class Frigate. The Sword Class Frigate is a classic void ship design proven in thousands of battles combining... Wait, do we get a different one? Oh. There's a lot to read about the ship here. Destiny Hunter, Void Treater, Atonement of the Abyss. I like Atonement of the Abyss. Here we are. Edit name? We are going to be Pontificus. Weapon skill 30, intelligence 25. I'm a little dumb, okay? Perception 40, willpower 35, strength 40, toughness 45, fellowship 35. I wish I had more of this, but it maxes out at 35. Agility 35, awareness 50. My logic is a little low. But I guess we can work on that as we go. Death World, characteristic modifiers. Yeah, there's something wrong with the audio. I hope that's not an issue in the game.
an excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Choices and dialogues. You are in a dialogue. Here you can learn more about current events, influence the character you are speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. Available dialogue options are displayed on the right. Select a reply by clicking left mouse button on it or pressing the corresponding digit on your keyboard. Yeah, there might be something I have to do with the settings here. I don't know what I can change though. Graphics, maybe do low? Is this gonna be a problem? Shadow quality is off, texture is low. I'd like this medium please though. Well, it's not that bad. I hope. Yeah. Did we fix it? What did he tell me? Oh my god, there's a lot to read here. Have we met?
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Commodore Pontificus van Bernard, Lord Captain of Drusius' Blessing.
My regards, Lord Captain. Though perhaps I should refrain from addressing you thus while aboard this vessel. With all due respect, Commodore. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
You can hover your cursor over highlighted words to learn more about them. The tooltips that appear can help you better understand the world of the game or its mechanics. Words are highlighted when they first appear in the text. Scroll up the dialog box to see the desired highlighted term again. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
You say I'm one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there is another candidate?
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
Tell me about the one on whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say, that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
I assumed you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
We didn't fix it. The problem persists, and I don't know what it is. What can we do about that one? It doesn't matter what type of graphics I choose, though. What if we do this? And let's do performance on FSR. Texture high, shadows, let's do medium, apply. It's a little blurry now, isn't it?
The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
What lies beyond?
Oh my god, there's no freaking way we can play this, dude. It's impossible. Jesus Christ. Maybe we don't want FSR on. Where is it? Balanced? This isn't any better. Oh god, maybe I can't play this game after all. Let's do VSync off. Shadow quality off. Texture medium.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Wow, this is much better. Some objects in the game can be interacted with a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Some icons allow you to study objects, others will transfer the character to neighboring locations or launch a small event. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough to the interactive object. Click left mouse button on the icon to perform the associated action. Some interactive objects, such as doors or chests, are not always marked with icons, but the cursor changes when you hover over them. Hover your cursor over an object. If the cursor changes, the object is interactable. Hold tab to highlight objects your character can interact with. Oh my. A massive gun for a stable, obviously crafted from a real wood, a resource of incredible value. And that thing, it's happening again. You know, the game is not stuttering or anything when I move around. These people are being polite. A noble guest. I'm trying to read this, ma'am. Oh well.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
That guy could have run away, and he missed his chance.
Into the fray we charge!
You have been ambushed. The battle begins. To survive in the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. Where am I? Oh, up here. It's just one dude. Oh my god, he's killing everyone. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on a grid. On their turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Yes, we already know that. Movement points determine how far a character can move on their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to their maximum value. Note that once a character starts moving, this action can no longer be cancelled. Well, I'm a tank, so, well, I have a gun too. What does this thing do? Hold on, cancel this. The Navy officer grants the braced effect to each ally, including themselves, in a 5-cell radius. The effect lasts for 1 round. The Navy officer gains 1 charge of this ability at the start of combat, when their wounds drop below 50% for the first time in combat, and each time an ally falls unconscious for the first time in combat. Okay. So, let's say I want to move. I mean, I'm gonna use a gun, right? Do I have melee weapons? I only have a gun. I'm not gonna deal a lot of damage, though. To make attacks and use abilities in combat, a character must spend action points. Their total is displayed on the panel at the bottom of the screen. Every attack or ability has a certain AP cost associated with it. The number of squares next to the icons of attacks, actions, and other abilities indicate their AP cost. At the start of each character's turn, their AP are restored to their maximum value. Okay, got it. I know how to do this. Certain abilities in the game are considered attack actions and can only be used once per turn unless affected by specific talents or other abilities a character might have. Got it.
Schemes within schemes.
Alright, I used that. I cannot shoot anymore, so I guess I'm ending my turn. I need a melee weapon. Analyze enemies and joint analysis.
A wicked thought.
When you're ready to end your turn, press space or click the end turn button on the bottom right screen. Okay. Oh, I used my action! So this guy is gonna walk over to me and slap me in the face now. One dab. Good shit, my dude. Good shit. Wait, he's not going for me! He walked away from me. They're all gonna die. So I cannot shoot again, right? I cannot reload my gun? I can reload. There we go.
Let's see.
But I can use it twice in a row, apparently. Your character has just missed. To increase hit chance, equip your character with a decent weapon and place them on a vantage point. Abilities and talents that improve the weapon skill characteristic will help you hit more often in close combat. For improved marksmanship, learn talents that increase the perception and ballistic skill characteristics. In short, your character sucks. My boy dodged. Oh my god, he's good. Damn, why does this thing attack 3 times in a row?
Death to the heretics!
Characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are an exception to this rule. Those can be fired at point-blank range. Well, he's not going for me, so, well, technically this guy is dead.
Achoo!
Got him!
Flames! Another one.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Destroy the out of control. Hi. Can I loot?
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I'll do my best, but first... Oh, I'm still in a cutscene. You can open the map using M to orient yourself. I want to loot this... Wait, I can't loot anybody. The wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this malfunction was the... I don't have enough time to read those!
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Wait, I want to see my map. Ooh, it's a big map. How do I... Okay. Middle mouse button to rotate the camera. May I? I'm not allowed in there. Okay. Violet aloe, which upon closer examination turns out to be a handcrafted object. There's a bunch of things we can interact with here. Black shard resembling obsidian. Massive golden amalgam in the... There's sparkling particles.
They will see. Oh, yes, they all will see.
Stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes. Whatever. Okay, there's like a bunch of things we could see here. Open the gates! Let me through! These servitors look, well, everything looks in order here. Nobody's going to attack me. Let's go see, Theodora.
What lies beyond?
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Interesting hairdo. It looks like a... I'm sorry, but it looks like a pair of butt cheeks. Okay. Survey the room. I'm here to speak with the Lord Captain. Isn't this the Lord Captain? Or listen in silence. I will survey. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of a parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valancius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casual behind her back, Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Endelthrad. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth, bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Your character's skills reflect their knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. If such a test succeeds, new information will be revealed or a hidden dialogue option will unlock. If your character is traveling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill is elected for each given passive skill test. So we got Lore, Xenos succeeded, Lore Warp succeeded. I think I'm gonna do one of these two. Spirits could well be the natives' names for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I find your tone most disagreeable, Ethelthrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences.
Well, I find your company disagreeable, and yet I'm forced to endure such.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
There are questions that I wish to have answered.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
If you are satisfied with Edelthrad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. You were once a Lord Captain yourself, aboard your own ship. You know everything there is to know about the life of this gargantuan beast and its thousands of crew members. You know how fickle machine spirits can be, how weak-willed are the rabble from the lower decks, how a single tactical decision can turn the tide of a battle. Few people can claim to have such priceless experience that is so highly sought after in my calling. Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the Fon Valancius line.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Where is your ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House Fon Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
Navigator, translation. What are these things that you speak of?
Surely I should not have to explain such things to a former Commodore? Did you never set foot outside your stateroom? Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Another annoyance! Your Emperor won't save you!
All combatants act in turns, and their order is determined by initiative roll. The order of turns is displayed on the left side of the screen from bottom to top. The character at the very bottom goes first, then the one above them, and so on. How many people are we talking? Quite a few. We have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that's a lot of people I have to fight here. Let's start.
Emperor, protect me!
I want a weapon like... Oh my god, I want a weapon like hers.
Weapon at the ready.
I guess I'll just watch. You don't expect me to do anything, do you?
Just a minor setback.
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover doesn't sound... Yes, I know. I'll go here and shoot this, or this guy. This guy! I will protect Theodora with my life!
What if?
Your character has just landed a critical hit that deals increased damage equal to the character's critical damage stat. Character's critical damage is 150% of their normal damage by default. However, certain talents, effects, and abilities can increase it. Certain weapons have their own critical damage stat, which is added to the character's total stat value during attack. Still my turn. I don't need to reload, I'll just pass.
I bring ruin!
Game is running great, but it's just the audio that fucks up from time to time, and I still don't know why. I'm gonna troubleshoot. because I want to keep playing this. I find it very interesting.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Keep in mind, there's gonna be a lot of reading in our future endeavors if I end up playing this. But it's gonna be a really interesting ride. I really want to play this one.
I've suffered worse.
Your character has received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effects enhance your character's capabilities. Okay, to learn more about the effect you have gained, hover your cursor over the effects icon next to the character's portraits. This one. Plus 50 ballistic skill until the end of combat. Oh, it's good. Did I take damage? Oh shit. Was not paying attention. Can probably kill this guy. Who's left? Is this the last one standing? I missed. Good job, me. That's how it's done.
My place is at the fore. Follow my lead.
See, I don't have to do much here. They dealt with it.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What is happening?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare to attack the Lord Captain?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
My nerves are frayed. Alright, which way are we going? No idea. I was supposed to follow somebody, but nobody's moving. I'm gonna go this way. Does this one open? Ah! What just happened?
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Looks like people will need my help. Hold on, I didn't check for loot. God damn it!
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the warp?
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heirs somewhere along the way. I hear and obey, Lord Captain.
Then move out! Mort, come.
I must go back. Right now. I am still in a cutscene.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I have a proposition. Since I am the more important person here, you can go in the front to shield me from potential threats.
Oh, certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. What are they doing to me? What just happened?
Careful, careful. be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voigtveer, you two-faced scum! You are the one behind this mayhem!
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of Grox shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Get out! I am not your puppet! The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you into your feet and making you take a step toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. In the gateway arc, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton creating from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two embers like irises. I can examine the device. I could look for anything that could be used as a weapon. Let's examine. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voidveer wounded you with its blade did not go away. On the contrary, your source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Let's look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty, in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Let's examine the Sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you've used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. I'm not placing my hand into the Sentinel's maw! Gonna look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
God damn it! I don't want to do this! And so I did. The Sentinel's jaw clamps around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming in the servo motors start up and pumps are steer into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaw remains closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
Yes! You hear a displeased grunt in your mind, as if the lurking entity has sensed something that is not to its liking. Yes, I do require assistance! Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh, Jesus!
There is still another way.
Wait, what's happening? Am I free to go? Oh my god, so many candles!
Curiosity sings in my veins.
They're not gonna shoot at me, are they? Ow. Ow. Easy. Where's the exit? I need to get out of here. If the door opened, there must be something I can do. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon... There's no fucking way I can read this in time. You go on ahead.
Escort the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Well, do it faster. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Let me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
As the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking left mouse button on the notification at the top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The Quest tab tracks the progress of the main story. Okay, the Rumors and Contract sections also contain important information. You will learn more about them later.
One step at a time.
Get me out of here! You know what? We might want to take a break while this is happening. I will follow that thing outside. Let's take a short break and I will see you all in the... Wait, seal the Warren Chamber? I can do that?
Run, fools, or fall!
It's him!
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtveer is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Yes, sure. Voigtveer openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Abelard, I love you. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. lose. A character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary, depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, the fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medkit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medkit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicae skill to succeed. Use medikits to resolve to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Once the combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medkit. Medkits can only be used by characters who have the Field Medic feature, base skill Medicae, or have taken Medicae skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medkit in battle, a Medicae skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. You have gotten new items. All items are added to your inventory. You can open it by pressing I. Okay. This is something we will do in the next episode if I decide to play this. I will troubleshoot a little bit to see if I can fix the audio problem. Otherwise, I will take a break and I will come back to this game a little later. I'm enjoying this so far, though. I'm liking it. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Have fun whatever you do. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget, keep on gaming. I will see you all next time.